And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey folks, I'm Tom Vasel, and today we have a really small game, Hippo. A really tiny little box here. This is from Helvetiq. I actually thought when I first saw this was from the Japanese company called Oink, but it's not. This is a dice rolling game where you're all in a swimming pool with Hippo, and you are giving chips to him. Helps develop mathematical skills. It's for kids. Let's take a look. So you're going to put the swimming pool cards. I mean, essentially this is a board here, and each person's going to get 12 beach balls of their color. So on your turn, you're going to roll the dice, and you're going to look at the numbers that you rolled. So let's pretend I rolled a 6, 5, and a 3. So I can put a beach ball on the 3, the 5, and the 6, or I could put it on the 3 and the 11, or I could put it on the 6 and the 8, adding the 5 and the 3 together. Or I could, what else could I do? I could put it on the 5 and the 9. So let's say I put on the 5 and the 9. Okay, the next person rolls. They get a 6, a 4, and a 2. Now they could even put one on the 12. So let's pretend that's what they do. They put one on the 12, adding all 3 dice together. My turn here. I have a 6, a 1, and a 2. So actually, I get a 7. 7s are great because you get an extra turn, and a 2. So I can go again. A 5, a 3, and a 3. So I'll put one on the 5, which pushes this one up here, and then I'll put one on a 6, like that. And so you're just going to keep going. If you put one down so that it pushes someone's off, that one comes back to them. These will never get pushed. You can have a whole pile there. The first person to get all 12 of theirs on the board is the winner. Notice that the lanes here have 3, and these have 2, but these will require more than 1 dice over here. Well, what do you expect from a game like this? It's a really small little box. So like I said, this really should have been a board, but it's not. These are a little too thin for my taste. They look cute and everything, but they're thin. The dice are not good quality, as you can see. The inking job here on the 3, they're okay dice. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, this is definitely a kid's game because adults, blah, right off the bat. The problem is the game is too lucky. Don't get me wrong, I think the idea is simple. It takes from other games that have this dice placement thing like Kingsburg and things like that, where you roll dice and you can add them together and put them out. That's a good concept. But here it's just, first of all, if a game for kids, I don't think should have this chintzy of components. They're just not very quality, right? So you're playing with little kids, really thin boards and all. That's not very good. Secondly, you can take the numbers and put them in there, but you just have to deal with the numbers you get. Yes, you can pick which ones, but they're just going to move it up. So the obvious choices are obvious. At the beginning of the game, put out as many as you can. If you ever roll a 7, put one in the middle. And every time I've played this, whoever rolls the most 7s wins, because your 7s can never be bumped out. They give you an extra roll. Now, you don't get a second extra roll if you roll 7s twice in a row. But just overall, the whole thing is just entirely too lucky at any given point. So it's a cute little package, but we're going to have to pass on this one. Dice Tower judgment, too lucky.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.
Shut the door!